What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So this is part 4 of the Larry the Batman fan Christmas special as far as these first happen. So these are some further type pitches. Now, for the most part, I think this wraps up the video game type fair pitches like that, at least within the box that the largest box that he sent me, pitches like that. So within these fairs as far as talking about this particular episode, the consistency about this episode, and probably part 5 is going to have this as well, and there's going to be a part 6 as well within these pitches. Excellent type pairs to get towards some of these type ones, but within the pitch far stand, it's going to be some further type ones. Not sure it's full bound, but Larry did say he sent me over 25 or 30 or so comic books pitches like that, maybe over 35 pitches like that. So it's kind of within the ordeal as far as saying we're going to get to a fray of these within pitches like that, but there will be a series more of these, and then there's some movie type fair that he sent me along as well. So there's going to be probably, I would say, we're going to reach like at least part 8 or so. We're definitely going to reach like a part 8 of this particular Christmas special, and if it gets for this, definitely pretty vicious as well within these pitches. So further type viciousness within aspects of paying attention. So one of which within these fairs is another Super Nintendo game within these aspects, which is NFL Quarterback Club 96. So the excellent type fairs get this one here, pitches like that. Being able to pay attention like the aspects of some of these type ones within pitches behind it. So yeah, these are some further type brands within pitch as far as talking about apart from Tecmo and Madden, some of these type fairs within pitch as far as these products gonna happen. It's a good type pitch to be able to get towards the particular fray about it. So it's excellent type product about it. Throwback kind of staple pitches like that. Yeah, some good type fairs. For the most part, nowadays type fashions, it kind of feels like it's mainly only like the college type football and then just like Madden and some of those type fairs. There might be like another one like I think like NFL 2K or something like that. But apart from like those particular fairs, for the most part, yeah, it's just dope that they have like some multi-brand type ones that are kind of going along with the good type fairs. It's good type pitches. They do question the fair about what would make this particular one different from Madden and some of these other type ones. But good type pitch to be able to get towards it. The next one is the last Xbox One game here within these pitches, which is Risk of Rain 2 as far as these fairs going to go. So this is good type fairs within these pitches. I'm not sure if the glare of the light of like the lights getting in the way of this, but within the pitch as far as saying it's kind of the product. Look after here, so some good type fairs, being able to pay attention towards it. Now, I don't know this game at all within these pitches, just being able to say. Seems similar within a certain type sense. Seems like the same sort of artwork and fares like a game like Castle Crusher. Some of those type ones within the pitches like that. Castle Crusher is pretty dope. And it doesn't appear to be as full bound, but maybe it's just more arcade like pitches like that. Pretty dope game. A tough game within those. I do remember Cuphead from back in those days. I don't think it's like Cuphead, but it's this kind of pitch as far as saying it's paying attention to like the viciousness as far as those fares going to happen that goes along with like the particular yeah, it seems like it's a more arcade type fair, but it seems like you can play with it. Yeah, it says you can play with up a team of up to 4 friends to get through some of these type fairs. It's kind of the pitch. From the look of it, it kind of seems like a new era, kind of Zelda type game or Gauntlet, one of those type of ones, pitches like that, or Baldur's Gate, some of those type fairs within pitches like that, excellent type ordeal. So I do question about that. Good type products within those pitches. Now the rest of these are comic books. So we're going to get to some of these type fairs. We'll see what the You'll see about the wickedness about within these fairs as far as these pitch games. So the first one is Green Lantern. This is pretty. This looks like a real elderly type one within pitches like that. As far as these fairs going to go, just be able to show it off here. Some of these type products, good pitches like that. Yeah, I would have to say within these pitches, yeah, Green Lantern has some good stuff. Pitches like that. I want to say like there might have been like some Netflix special or something like that. It's good type products. I don't the DC movies for the most part, it just seems like there's more standard complaints about the movie type fair when you fuck with some of these type folks within the pitch behind it. As far as like they tried doing Aquaman not too long ago with like Jason Momoa, and that was kind of I think they initially liked it, but the fair behind I question what the commonplace kind of was with some of the sequels pitches like that if those came out. Flash, I know they might have done Flash, some of those type ones within the pitch. I don't know. It just feels like once you start getting past like Batman and Superman, it's kind of the fair as far as just talking about that folks kind of typically have more kind of naysaying within those pitches. But yeah, I would say it'd be interesting to kind of see what's up with Green Lantern, some of these type pitches within the aspect behind it. Good neon type stuff, pitches like that. This is a good, nice one here as well. This is Iron Man #1 within these pitches as far as the fair is going to happen. It might be like a dual comic. Yeah, apparently appears to be like a dual wielded comic, which the backside of this is Null #1 within these pitches as far as the fair is going to happen. So it's X type pitch to get this here. Some good type fairs within these products as far as these pitches going to go. Yeah, it seems to be pretty relatively recent within the product behind it as far as these fairs going to happen. So yeah, this is 2025. So this is kind of the pitch as far as this is the commonplace of what comic books are like nowadays. These pitches, excellent type fair, just being able to get towards it within some of these type of products. Has some free previews in here, pitches like this. It's excellent type fair, just good wickedness kind of within the fray behind it. Good eye. Yeah, these artists do really excellent on here. I mean, you just think about the fray of what it would take to draw something like this within this fair. It's just question if he drew this particular picture like in 3 minutes or 8 minutes or probably not 3 minutes, but 15 minutes to be able to draw some of this type within the fair as far as these pictures. I'm just getting like the particular shine of like just the 3D and all that type of stuff to make kind of with the fair. So this kind of picture for us and just blistering type stuff, just paying attention towards it. Good type fairs about it. Next one's pretty good as well. Spider-Man Ultimate Universe, as far as these first can happen. No, nice one within these pitches is Spider-Man Ultimate Universe, as far as he's first going to go. Paying attention to pitches like that. Apparently, he's teaming up with Iron Man and Captain America. Good type fairs. Yeah, I do like those sorts of ones when they have more folks kind of within the involvement of it. I did like when Spider-Man and Daredevil would team up. Some good type pitches when they would do that sort of thing. That needs to happen way more. Spider-Man, Daredevil type pitches, some of those type fairs. But just the pitch, as far as talking about, good combination type one here. Doctor Doom, Green Goblin, some of these type fairs. And then pitch as far as like the wickedness, seems like pretty vicious type one. Yeah, it was a good type pitch. It's dope. It's dope when comic book type fair would have like two villains in it, something like that. When you get like combos pitches like that, there's one particular Spider-Man from back in the day, probably some of those type fairs paying attention to like 90s type fair. I remember there was one particular one where there was like a fight where Spider-Man had to deal with like Dr. Octopus and Venom at the same time. Some of those pitches. It seems kind of unlikely within those pitches, but it's just kind of fair as far as talking about just within the phrases, just like something of that variety. But it's just kind of pitch. Combo villains, especially ones that are not expected, are kind of good within those pitches. Kind of afraid, but I like the particular product about it. Good type errors. This is a nice one as well. This is amazing Spider-Man within these pitches. Some good type products. This seems ripped out of the 90s in these pitches. Good type aspects about it. Not as sure full bound as to whom in particular that the particular villain kind of is within these aspects. But yeah, good pitches like that. Yeah, I would definitely say some of these type fairs. This particular cat here looks like a pretty strengthy, wicked type villain. Pitches like that as far as these ordeals going to happen, just kind of within the aspect behind it. Do question about it. There it seemed like there's some crazy type ones that kind of it's kind of within the fair as far as saying that there were 400 of these at least within these pitches, approximately within the fair as far as talking about some of these wicked type ones that kind of have with Spider-Man pitches like that. So it's kind of fair about some of these type ones. Obviously, knowing some of the villains in these fairs, yeah, this is particular folk. This particular folk here seems like a new type villain within these pitches. It'd be an interesting type fair to see one of these type, as far out type ones within like a Spider-Man movie, something like that. It'd be a good type pitch to wonder about some of those type fairs, apart from just like the normal type ones. When you think of like, Doctor Octopus, some of those type ones pitches like, apart from some of this, the normal type ones like Doctor Octopus and Venom, some of those type ones, the pitches like that. But it's just kind of fair as far as talking about within the phrase, as far as getting towards it. So it's wicked type stuff, paying attention towards it. Good pitches like that. This one's a nice one here as well. This is Batman. So paying attention towards it here as far as these pitches can have a good type phrase about it. Don't know if the sun or the light glare got in the way, but apparently her name is Magpie as far as these pitch can happen. So that's a good type pitch. Just wondering within the aspect behind it. So it's kind of within the pitch. This particular star looks like she wears the pants as far as these first have just within the pitch, as far as talking about within the fray of just like real type chick probably whip your ass pretty well. I mean, Catwoman's definitely a pretty good bitch as well. Not say full bound Catwoman, but just paying attention to like a movie like Batman Returns. Michelle Pfeiffer definitely nailed that role pretty good, just whipping people apart. Pitches like that. That continues to be a pretty good cosplay standout pitch like that. So it's kind of fair as far as saying this would be a good villain for a movie. I can tell just by looking at this chick just right off the back as far as right off the bat as far as saying this would be an interesting type fair. Just probably one of those type ones that probably chews bubble gum, kicks ass on type fair. Is just probably spits out oil flavored bubble gum as far as this pitch kind of just from the aspect. But I look within the tones for saying good type pitches. Yeah, it seems like an older type one, paying attention towards it. Yeah, from 80s within pitches like that. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying, but good product here. Nice Batman type one from Larry the Batman fan. Good pitch like that. He would probably see. He'd probably know an excellent phrase about some of the Batman comics pitches like that, which is excellent type ordeals. It's another nice one here. This is Amazing Spider-Man. Paying attention towards it. Paying attention towards it with some of these type pitches. So it's kind of aspects as far as saying, yeah, it's a good, nice one here. And this is kind of the fair about some of these type ones. Getting this far into the depth of it within some of these type pitches, getting out into the 300s pitches like that. It's a lot of these folks just, it seems like it goes past like the normal Spider-Man type fair, just like Green Goblin and the normal Spider-Man, this asshole type fair, Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Venom, some of those type ones in the pitch, as far as those fairs gonna have other type ones, Electro, some of those type ones in the pitch, just like the normal type ones, but it's good type pitch getting towards some of these type aspects within it. It says guest starring Nova, the new Warriors, good type pitch, so good fray about it. Yeah, these are pretty crazy type ones within the pitch for these first gonna happen. Good aspects there. Next one's a Daredevil one. Good pitches like that. Excellent type pairs about it. So this is Daredevil. The Daredevil movie from way back in the day in the 2000s type fair, the one that had Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, and it was pretty excellent within those pitches. Now, it's not to say, obviously, it's not to say it's a tacky type movie, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying it's good. But considering that it's designed for like adolescent type fairs within pitch as far as saying you probably nowadays, if you're pushing 40 pitches like that, like folks my age pitches like that, you'd be wanting like a more rated R type one pitches like that within Sunset. I mean, it's a good staple of a movie. Definitely did things right. It was just kind of pitch as far as saying it's the products for us saying it is a good, nice, and they did pretty good with that particular one. Good pitch like that. It's a good standout type movie. Paying attention to is this an excellent type fairs question like the fair of what Daredevil's kind of up to here. Apparently, this looks like a pretty old type one, but it's just the pitch for us saying that they're still at 164. So it's just kind of pitch for us saying that's quite a bit. You know, you have 12 times 164, so 12 would go into 12 would go into 144 12 times. That's at least over 12 years within these pitches. 12 times 13 would be 156. So it's over 13 years that they've been doing these. So it's within pitch. So wherever this came out, it's at least 13 or 14 years before this particular kind of happens. So it's just within pitch as far as saying is paying attention towards it. But yeah, just that stay within the aspect. Good type phrase. I do fuck with Daredevil pitches like that. Another nice one within these pitches. The last one for now is Batman, the Mr. and Mrs. Freeze, as far as these fairs going to go. So within the pitch, as far as saying, yeah, DC, you're the villain, pitches like that, Mr. and Mrs. Freeze. So, yeah, it's within the aspect. Yeah, I remember Mr. Freeze was kind of an asshole about some of the stuff there. I was paying attention to some of those movie type ones that he was always trying to bring back, like Mrs. Freeze within those aspects. I question if she would have wound up being a villain as well within some stuff aspects that they always kind of just had her, like, this not doing things within those pitches. This kind of concept that he was always trying to bring her back to life. I think that's why he was evil pitched like that. But they seems like they never got to like the commonplace of what would happen if he ever restored or pitched like that. It seems like Batman always sent him to prison before he could actually just try to get his wife back, which was pretty much all he was trying to do within those pitches. It's kind of the phrase as far as talking about it. The same thing with that Joker movie. When you pay attention to Joker within some type aspects, there were a lot of people who were really trolling Joker in that particular film as far as those first thing happens. This kind of aspects as far as saying just pay attention towards it. It's not to say Batman's an asshole, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying some of these type ones, you have the aspects as far as saying that some of these type folks have the factor behind it. It's just kind of pitch. Mr. Freeze, you know, Mr. Freeze is trying to bring his wife back. Penguin probably just hated his life pitches like that, probably within some type aspects. Joker was just tormented, some stuff fairs. Bane was like an experiment pitches like that. So it's just kind of within the fair as far as saying, but yeah, good pitches like that. So excellent type fairs, good type pitch, get towards some of these type ones here within the pitch. This is pretty it's another real nice artwork type one that really goes off the chain with some of those type fairs. So good pitches like that. It's real excellent fair. But yeah. So that's the particular fair about it as far as these fairs going to have. So stay tuned for part 5 within Sunny's type pitch as far as getting towards like further type products that's mostly going to consist of comic books. But yeah, we're getting definitely some pretty further excellent type wicked type stuff from Larry the Batman fan. So definitely check out his channel pitches like that within Sunny's type fairs. Good excellent products.